Magic is very emotional. Magic is a very emotional dude.
Even if he did, what other GM is not doing that?
You're not wrong.
You know, like, I'm not gonna criticize him for. Hey, maybe in the moment, you know what? Nah, bro, go get a house. Oh, who you want? Oh yeah, go get him. Hey, go get him. Dog.
What up, what up, what up? What's up, Laker fans? What's up, everybody? Hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. I know that we are, of course, because Laker Nation. We got that W, y'all. We got the A1W. Finally got it out of our heads, and, you know, we finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, of course, Steven Tillman.
Yeah, what's up, people? I got a smoker's cough. I don't know why. What's up?
You just got out of practice. That's what it is.
That's what it is, man. I'm over here
that's what it is.
I don't know why that happens.
But what up, y'all? What's up, Cap? What's up, MH?
Cap the faithful, man. We always appreciate you tuning in, yo.
Y'all gotta start streaming during the college game of the year, man. None of us watch college football like that no more.
Nah, not at least around this time, man. With football and basketball out there, it don't matter until.
Although I probably should be paying attention because I think the Chargers might be in the.
Oh,
you know,
it's true.
Yeah,
your
team might be there too.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Eagles.
You ask some of my friends, trade everybody is where they at right now.
Cap, I think he's talking about you specifically. What's up, MH? Mr. Capman and Dylan Brooks. Yeah, man. We back at it every week. You know how we are. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Hopefully y'all having a fantastic Saturday as well. And, of course, we're going to be talking lots and lots and lots of detail to go over the Lakers this entire week. I had a live stream on Tuesday about the Laker game on the Clippers. And that was cool. Some of y'all showed out. Some of my East Coast folks. I was really surprised to see Delano show up. I know it was like 1:30 in the morning. So shout out to my man Delano. I appreciate you, my man.
You said 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah, because he out in East Coast.
Oh, that's what's up, Delano.
Yeah.
He must have been at work.
Yeah, he was at work.
Yeah,
he was at work, yeah.
That's let me tune in when I'm at work.
Again,
it's a minute left, Cap. Whoever said
what
about the college game, like
it's a minute left in the game. Oh yeah, no, nobody care about them college football games like that, man.
Oklahoma is undefeated though, but
see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I legitimately do not know anything that's going on with college football. I might pay attention to college basketball.
If you were like a stickler for college, I mean, in the NFL like you are in the NBA, you probably watch college a little bit more. Yeah. But even then, it's just so many people. Like
exactly,
people have to stand out, and then you go like.
There's 22 positions in football.
Yeah,
we're not counting special teams.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of bodies just out on the field, just running around and whatnot. Just give me 10 folks, and I can recognize every single one of them.
Right.
They just recovered an onside kick, Steve.
Yeah, I just saw it. I'm watching it. I'm watching it too.
Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, he's multitasker over here.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the highlights as we go. Look, we're like at Mason, Ireland. We watch and talk. We can do this. We can do this.
Steve is also a dad, so that way, he multitasking all the time. And you're going to be hearing the Kawhi memes.
Improvement. For those who know me, I suck at it, but I'm improving at it because I have a little one. Yeah.
But, yeah, man. We got lots to talk about. Lots and lots to talk about. We'll start off with the Clipper game. We both had our thoughts on it. My thoughts, I wasn't really worried. I think you were on the same page as me. As necessarily, I wasn't worried about the first game. But
the Clippers are good.
Yes.
The Clippers are good.
Needless to say, the Clippers are a pretty damn good team.
Yeah. So, after one game, I'm going to tell you the truth. After one game, I was legit like, there's probably only 3 teams who can keep up with the intensity the way they play. And that is Lakers. Sixers still have to improve, but defensively they can match the intensity of that game. And my third team is actually Milwaukee. I actually like the way they played the Rockets.
Why do you like Milwaukee, and what makes you think that they stand out compared to the Clippers? Right now, to me, the Clippers are We need to beat them.
True. They're the old, like, they just plug and play. But they like, if you watch that game, it really didn't get. It was a 10-point lead, but it didn't get loose until 90-92. We had the momentum, and then we gave it right back. But, like, you could tell when you play the Clippers, every possession matters.
Yes.
I think teams like the Sixers, who are still all finding rhythm just like we are, will all be equipped to be able to do that, including Milwaukee. I just think it is very hard to. I get we've seen what Greek was done by Kawhi, but I expect him to continue to get better. He even added a mid-range a little bit to his game. But those are the teams I just think right now, some people may get better overall, but, like, to compete. Like, even us, like, we lost. I wasn't concerned because I was like, that's a team who just plugged the person in. Like, literally, we have a whole scheme, players, and chemistry to figure out. And literally, we stayed in that game due to talent. That wasn't even X's and O's. Like, LeBron and AD had 2 points in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? So, like.
LeBron I expect 5 turnovers the entire that was
Christmas, January, different. I just expect a different conversation around that time. Even then, still, but
I hope so.
Yeah, they're pretty good, but
the biggest takeaway I took from the Clippers was I'm happy that it wasn't a blowout. That's what I was anticipating.
Really? Oh no, I didn't think that.
No, I honestly thought it would be a blowout, but Danny Green kind of held it down.
Yeah,
I would say a lot of the I can't even consider Avery Bradley. But some people that you just didn't expect to come out and played really well. Whatchamacallit, that we'll be talking about later, Daniels had a really good game.
Yeah.
At least in the first half.
To them, the minors mishaps. Like, most of our turnovers were unnecessary turnovers. As good as Clippers were defensively, I thought we rolled the ball. Yeah. We slacked on defense, but those I didn't think, like, man, the Clippers are that much better. No, I just feel like we don't know our system, and they do.
A few plays here and there. I remember there was one crucial turnover that LeBron had. We were down by 4. We just brought it back, and he tried to throw an entry pass.
But 2 entry passes. First was Troy Daniels, like, literally on a high, give it to him, and it's just like, okay, let's clean this up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I still think the Clippers are playing over their head, to be honest. Like, they're good, but not this good. They have class. What do you mean that they have flaws, not class? Oh, they have flaws. Got it. Like Steven said, they literally plugged in 2 all-stars, 1 superstar, really.
Yeah.
And they kept that same nucleus.
The only flaw I think they have is when Paul George comes back.
And that'll just be trying to figure out
he's gonna have to decide and settle that he's the third scorer on that team.
Yeah, and I don't think.
I hope so.
I don't think he'll have that. That'll make his life easier.
I just hope we can say it, but asking Lou Williams all these years to take off the bench, as good as he is, that you still got to commit to it.
Exactly.
So
we'll
see.
I think it's a matter of time before they figure it out. Same thing with the Lakers, especially when we get both people coming back.
Yesterday's game proves the significance of how we respond to a game. And I'm not used to it, honestly. It's been 6 years where I'm just like, let's hope.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yesterday was like, oh, yeah, this is what it's like to have a veteran team.
We're pretty good, huh?
This is what it's like.
We're solid.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I wasn't upset.
When was the last time we got to win this quick in the season?
I'm really trying to think right now, and it's been a minute. Actually, no. When Lonzo's rookie year.
Poor Oklahoma.
Where we beat the Suns.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay,
like,
that was.
All right, cool.
He took over and forward.
Yeah.
But at least difference between this one, just in the mentality that I think most of us Laker fans still have to. Maybe not, because yesterday's game, the fans showed me that they know we're good. Because, and it's small, but when KCP hit his first point, everyone cheered. But they wouldn't have cheered if this was last year's team. It was literally we know we don't have to rely on you, and we're happy you built your like literally no, we don't have to rely on you, and we're going to encourage you to build up because we know we got depth. Troy Daniels was cash, Danny Green, Quinn Cook when necessary, Caruso. Hey man, that was that was like
the real deal.
It's one thing to hype them all up. Honestly, it's one thing to hype them up all summer, but one to get the confidence from your coach.
Hey man,
and then put him in. And here's what I'll say about Frank. just one thing I have to say. No, I won't, because I'm getting away from it. But one thing I will love that we did not have last year is just not afraid to own, like to say, yo, Rondo may start some games, some he won't. I love just the straightforward. Like, he may get 20, 25 minutes. Like, don't tell. It wasn't we really need him. It was like, nah, some games we gonna need him this game. But look, we got a kid like Caruso being the starting lineup change.
Yeah.
As opposed to
for the second half, right?
Yeah, in the second half, like, to me, is a testament to the hard work, but just coaching who's really they may not say they don't listen to it, but literally that just tells me you got your IQs there. Like, even to say we gotta go smaller so LeBron can take over. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm sorry, I'm not used to that. I love Luke.
And that's just minor adjustments throughout the game. It's just basketball minds working together, and hopefully it continues, and it's not just. Yeah, we're just gonna stick with our.
Nah, I think our coaching staff is smart. Yeah. That we've seen what it looks like when you experiment too much. Yeah, you know,
that's true.
The depth chart even was. I think you showed more like Troy, Cook, Dudley. They know get in there, knock down threes. Like them dude, because that's all Troy Daniels did was just.
What's up, my man? How you doing?
He's cash, man. Troy Daniels cash, but
cash is
which opens a room for, like, honestly. I didn't think we'd shoot as well as we did, just because. But that's not because of the players. But we've stunk up the joint for so long, 4 or 5 years
of not being able to shoot. Yeah.
Like Laker film room put a little thing up like spacing, and he put the Elmo like this, yeah. like it's true. Like where you've had to dissect and find excuses. If literally, veteranship is real, man. Mm-hmm. It is real.
It's the real deal. KCP is still a scrub. Trade that man for a bag of Fritos.
I don't know. At least some good chips, man.
I'd rather get something out of that $8 million he's costing us right now. So, in due time, we'll figure something out. I've tweeted it already. KCP will have one of those games where he's just like, man, that is a great signing. Like, Laker fans are just gonna do a complete.
I don't know if he'll play that much.
No, I'm saying for that one particular game, whatever it's playoffs or it's against, like, say,
he
Milwaukee.
Stunk up the joint so bad that I don't know. I don't know.
It's 2 games, man.
He did last year. The first 25 games, he stunk up the joint.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he went on a hot streak when we stopped, when we couldn't play for it.
But we actually had to rely on it last year. This year we don't have to rely on it.
That's true.
Because he's only getting these minutes because Kuzma's not here.
Exactly. Yes,
you know,
I said that last week.
Like, but it's just like, dang, 27 minutes, 0. Like, your first point was a free throw.
Next man up, man.
Hey, you with it. You with it.
Next man up. Caruso should be a starter. Don't at me. Absolutely. What flaws do the Clippers have? Paul
Who
George
said that?
isn't playing. They're dominating. What?
Who said Alex Caruso should be starting?
Cap said that.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm not.
I
have no problem with that.
I don't know if you watched the game, Cap, but I know you didn't watch it, but the second half we got so aggressive and tighten up on defense.
Appreciate the love, Delano.
Like, legit, when they made that change, we got that was our strongest defensive part in that game. Caruso, Green, Bradley, Braun, and AD, and Braun, that was a good lineup to close out on. Obviously, it would change a little bit differently when Kuzma comes back, but
what's up, Big J?
That's a good lineup that I think everyone in the coaching staff can look and go, okay, when we need switching to get in there and put Braun more at the 4, this group, that group was pretty good,
and that's yet to be seen. Like you said, family, like they're without Paul George, but the Lakers are also without Kyle Kuzma. I know the stigma with Kuzma is just like he's only a shooter. He's not even really that good. Blah, 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 blah. The point is the man can put up buckets at the end of the day. As much as I'm
not a fan of that statement, though. Paul George, the average Paul George. Paul George was, okay, he had a really good season last year.
Right.
But the bar of where he's being put bothers me a little bit too much because
he's still an all-star caliber.
Yes, player. But he's not the Kawhi's the game changer. Like, right. It'd be different if Paul George they were playing. You'd be like, we still ain't got Kawhi. Like,
you say that.
Come on, man. Like,
Paul George is the X factor.
Yeah, he's not. Kawhi's the X. I'm too big of a Kawhi fan They don't even need. Like, he may have wanted that guy. Maybe he didn't know Lou Williams could get 30 any given night.
How you not know?
I'm saying maybe getting a co-star to me, and I sound like a Clipper fan, but Lou is like, that's buckets given day. Like, to me, it's Paul George and Kuz the same to me in terms of, like, when you get him, man, I imagine adding that. But when I watch the Clippers play, like, okay, Lou Montrez, get yours. Kawhi, take over the game. Like, literally, adding him is nice. Just like adding Kuzma is nice. But Paul George is not a super. I mean, like, I've watched Paul George since he got into the league, so I'm not biased. I'm different to what everybody like. He's not an alpha dog. He's not that first dude. That's why it didn't work over there wherever he's at. So getting him, yes, is a clutch. He's an all-star. Clamp defense all day. He hit wide open shots. Kawhi's your guy, man. Like, who cares? Like, just plug him in. Like, literally, the Raptors. Come on, man. Like, he just lose all you need at this point. So I'm. It's like, wait till they get Paul George back. Like, okay,
it's one of those things where you're waiting to see what happens. But
I get it.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see them so that way we can beat them on Christmas Day. You know, that'll be exciting. Yeah. Hopefully we can beat them.
They'll be good. I'm just saying, like, to wait till they get Paul. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. But
let me pull up the Damian Lillard green bean on it. Let me.
I probably missed the explanation, but why the switch from Monday night to Saturday afternoon? Mainly because Monday night was more so of just a recap of the game, and then today is our it's our new like we're gonna do this weekly.
It work schedules, man. Yeah. Like Monday,
Monday was literally just
he got a new job over the summer.
Yeah. Yeah,
because I'm now a head coach of the freshman team, but our practice is moved to 6:00, and I'm not done till 7:45, and he don't get off till 7. So it was kind of like we could do at 8:30, but realistic.
We care about our East Coast fans.
Yeah, man, that's tough. If trying to build something like it's possible. But, I think that may be a poll question, but it's kind of like up in the air, at least for the next 3 months due to scheduling. Yeah. Because, like, it's tough.
Appreciate you, Delano. I really, really appreciate it, my man.
But we're going to do our best to make sure you're aware at least 2 to 3 days in advance.
Absolutely. If there's
when and where.
Yeah, Saturdays just work out best for both of us, like Steve said. But if it's during the week, 9 times out of 10, it's just a recap of what game we just had, if it was a big game. That's what I wanted to try and do more often, since videos is difficult for me to do at the moment. So I like having a live chat, being able to talk to you guys, and also give my opinion. And Steven's going to be in the chat as well. He was there on Monday.
I try to be.
Talking his talk. Talking about that Kawhi or something. You said something like just outstanding. Your typical self. Right?
I don't know, but I like Kawhi. I hate that he's wearing. Unfortunately, he's suffering that blue and red jersey, but
yeah,
he's a talented kid, man.
That's all. Average Paul George. They're Bruiser Delano. They're busier Delano, so that's why. Okay, yeah. Salty Steve, Kyle Kuzma, in my opinion, is much more of a shooter. Paul George is gonna do what he do every year, and that's disappear in the playoffs.
Okay, I was about to say, where is he going with that? Because do what he do. I'm like, wait, what?
Paul George is a two-way wing, just another great defender, and a 20-point per game. He's not just buckets. Paul George brings length, scoring, playmaking ability.
Come on, man. That sounds like the average basketball player in the league.
Average basketball player.
Everyone has a wingspan, can shoot and dribble for the most part.
Well?
Yes.
Well?
Okay, Paul George improved. He wasn't the greatest jump shooter. His jump shot got better last year. The previous years before that, I mean, his injury took a year off. Go back to those playoffs. Paul George wasn't that good of a jump shooter. Like he was a drive and kick and go.
LeBron in Miami Heat days. What's up, BLC?
I'm not saying Paul George ain't gonna get that, but watch Paul. Like legit, if you want, who was on the Paul George hype train? Watch that kid every game.
I think you undermining him.
I'm not. I watched almost every year of Paul George, and I like playoff, whatever his nickname is. But you talking about mind you, I'm talking about when you put people in the category of other superstars, the bar and everything you critique becomes that. So average is not average compared to the superstars.
We're talking man, we're getting away from the Lakers, but
sorry.
The Kawhi's up here, right?
Yes.
Kawhi is arguably, if not the best player in the NBA at this current moment.
Right.
And then we're talking about your duos, your partner in crime.
Yeah.
And AD and LeBron, that's probably the higher echelon there is.
Kawhi has the weakest duo. Out of all the duos that stand, has the weakest duo. Westbrook, James Harden, better than Paul George. Who's not better than Paul George in that group?
Paul George is way better than Russell Westbrook.
Dang! Just because he's shooting
inefficiency at its finest. I hate that. I've never been a fan. He's explosive.
You've never been a fan of Westbrook.
He's explosive, and he can be exciting to the casual fan. But me as a basketball player,
triple-double MVP, my dude,
I would struggle with playing with Russell Westbrook.
I'm just saying for talent. Like, that dude is an MVP a 2-year triple-double. Paul George ain't doing that if his life depended on it.
Congrats.
Hey, that may be biased, maybe some people, but in my opinion, James Harden, Westbrook, James Harden has a better duo. Kyrie and Kevin Durant, both better than Paul George. AD, Brown, both that's just my opinion, though. Like, if you think look, Westbrook may have deficiencies in certain areas, but I watched that man 2 years average a triple-double, put that team in the playoffs the first year. Like, hey, man.
When you don't evolve your game, I think
fair.
You're wasting time. You're wasting time in the NBA, and
that dude's an animal, man.
We're getting away from the Lakers. Anyways.
Well, these technically are Laker
we
quote
can
unquote
talk more
people.
about this in Coast to Coast tomorrow night on 7:30.
Chris, make sure you talk about this so I can hear your opinion on this crap.
Reals. I know you in here, Chris. You be sneak. He be watching us on the Lolo. So
you say you watching from afar.
Yeah, exactly. Without saying anything. But yes. Obviously, we had the victory last night, just in case y'all did not know. Lakers beat the Heat 95-86 in a low-scoring game. Jesus, that game was terrible. I was out celebrating my late birthday. I was out at Universal Horror Nights. Steven, I think you were coaching, right?
No, I have work.
Okay.
Music work.
Yeah. And so we didn't get to see all of the game, but we saw the highlights. The Utah Jazz. Thank you, Woods. I appreciate you, my man.
Woods! What's up, you dog?
What's up, my man? Steven, thoughts on the game? Good, bad, ugly? Who stood out? The whole shindig. What was good? What was bad? So on and so forth.
LeBron seemed to get his legs back, but I think who stood out was probably the entire unit. Dwight playing his role. It works. And accepting it. I feel like he's accepting it. But I think the team got a lot better. There are moments like with that first unit, you could just tell Bron will be better in a duration of a game being point forward at times when he's the big guy. Like Bron at 3 right now, small forward is cool, and this is why I think Kuzma helps, is where he gets to become the 4.
In that small lineup.
Okay.
So you're talking about specifically the second unit?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I love that he's the first person on the floor, but with that group, I think even when they started the second group, like, he will be better with a guy, because Anthony Davis, unfortunately, isn't like a premier jump shooter. He can knock it down. So him at the 4 doesn't stretch it out the way like somebody who's like a pure stretch 4. So him playing and accepting the 5 will help more, because imagine that lineup where AD, Kuz, Bron still, like, him being the 3-4 is better than the point guard when Avery Bradley, Danny Green. So that stood out to me defensively. You could tell the principles of what they believe in, whether pick and roll, et cetera, how to help defense, I thought got a lot better than, even because of the first game, there were flashes, but then it's like second and quarter where you just forgot some stuff. So
I from the little bit I saw, we went back to pick and roll.
Added it some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't in the last game. I get they were switching, but there's ways of beating switches
But Frank said that too. He said even when they do switch, getting the post their system actions, we never got into. I get why, because the first half he couldn't be stopped.
Right.
And he was at the free throw line a lot.
Right. And he was missing.
So I get it. No, but I get it.
Yeah.
But I think, to see the change from 1 to 2 means
it's like 9 days.
Somebody's thinking in the room. You know what I mean? Because we've had stubborn coaches who were like, it worked, so we're going to stick with it. So.
Delano, if they don't get it together in Houston, then is James Harden or Russell Westbrook the worst teammate? Again,
they're friends, bro.
We gonna talk about that tomorrow night on Coast to Coast. I promise. I promise. I'll mention it to Chris. Happy belated birthday. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you, Big James. How you doing, man? Long time no talk. They actually went back to pick and roll last night. Happy belated birthday. Appreciate it. Clippers have length everywhere. Why are we still talking about the Clippers, man? We talking about Lakers and Utah.
But I think we got into pick and roll more because the pace picked up a little bit more.
Yeah.
This game was Bron saying, all right, realizing I'm the meat of what we do, and we'll progress Anthony as we go.
Right.
Because I still don't think we've gotten an average AD. Still trying to figure out 27, 21, 28 the first game, 21.
That's around his average.
But I mean in the way where his imprint can be on the game.
Gotcha.
Because, you can have a silent 21, a good, but LeBron controlled that game. But I think he also realizes, let me guide us there. Let me get my aggression there. Let me get to the rim, get some easy stuff, and we'll go from there. So the pace is what I like the most.
Also, another key note, I like when we were talking about IQ in general, I like how they tried their best to take out Gobert out of the game.
Right.
Which, going into that small lineup in that second half, is a great adjustment that we just didn't see from Luke or from Byron Scott or whoever we've had in the past.
Yeah.
It was an adjustment that we had the third time we played against Utah.
Or the fourth time, right.
So it was just nice to see that I saw from the highlights that we decided to go in that direction. It's
two adjustments.
Like
from the pace, because you can go small, but adding the ball handler, where Bron still isn't the ball handler and doing that.
The primary ball.
And I get it. That first game was like playoff intensity. We're going to go with this and see what happens. Yep. And long term just didn't, it was nice. It was nice in our second game, our starters can sit. We haven't had that in a while.
Yeah, well, I think LeBron.
We were up a dub. Like, we had a 20-point win. It's just that second group, that happens. But like, that's good, man. 2 games in, more to talk about, more to watch, to discuss as you watch the game. So
absolutely. Switching is to exploit mismatches. How could you still take advantage of the Clippers? That, my friend, is easy fix. There's a thing called pacing yourself. And then there's a time where you're literally just going 100 miles per hour. 9 times out of 10, most NBA players are going to be pacing themselves. But there are ways to beat or outwork a switching defense. When you do a pick and roll, all you do is just slip the screen. That's always going to work against the switch, especially if they don't rotate and help the helper. Diving hard also is another one. There's several ways of trying to beat a switch. It's not just,
That's why I think the ball handler would a different ball handler, different look, because what they were pretty much saying the Clippers did was put a wall up every time, either or.
Yep.
But the one thing that didn't work when they did post was patience, because a lot of times if AD had the ball,
nobody moved.
No one moved in the window. So if I entry the ball, they usually have the guy slip through to the other side. But he'd already make his move and the double will come. But because they didn't rotate around, so a lot of times it would look congested. Even when Brown would drive, certain people weren't in certain spots. So it looks like this doesn't work as opposed to the timing, everyone being in their spots.
Exactly.
So, yes, it's easy to go, well, move smaller, go this. But some of it is still, because there are going to be moments where, we're going to eat up, put them down there, and it will be a team like that.
Yep.
Gobert's is a different center who really can just – literally the whole key can control the whole thing. So that was a really good adjustment, because there's not a lot. We don't post our bigs. If it was Boogie, different kind of thing, but we don't. So it's like, hey, y'all get out.
Yeah.
And when he gets out, get in now, eat off these.
LeBron has free roam to do whatever he wants in the paint, because Gobert's got to. As much as he's not shooting well so far in terms of that 15 feet now, you still gotta respect him.
Yeah.
Talk about
Well, you know
Davis.
it's Anthony Davis. Like
Exactly.
he ain't gonna shoot bad forever, bro.
Exactly.
Like
I hope so.
no, ain't no hope so, man. AD is not shooting bad forever. Money, he hit a few jumpers, but he'll find his rhythm. Remember, he ain't played the same way Bron ain't played last season.
Yes.
So yes, we are expecting hardcore. Clippers been playing. They've been in the playoffs. They in rhythm. They've been healthy. Kawhi just came off a championship. Bron ain't played since April. AD was going before that, so they're still trying to get in their basketball rhythm, moving forward. Even for people like Avery Bradley, like Danny Green's the only one
that was playing
up already with a rhythm and pace. So
that's why
that's
came
the
out shooting
patience
so
too
well
in their
right
timing.
now. Yeah.
Like AD is kind of still trying to find his legs in basketball.
Nick Morrell, what's up, my guy? The Clipper game was crazy, huh?
Whatever.
It sure was crazy. Just make sure you.
Did you even watch it, or you just one of them people gloating about?
No, he watched it.
Okay, now I'm just teasing you,
Nick.
Nick.
One of those. No, he's for sure
Don't
watched
tease
it.
you, Nick.
Thoroughly disappointed with the Jazz. Mike Conley looked awful in the Jazz.
2 games, bro.
Yeah, that's really weird. And Mike Conley is one of the most consistent point guards like in our league. So
Did Cap say that?
No, it was family. Actually.
Okay, I want to see what Cap said because the hype train that he got on there is real.
I think he's still got time to figure it out.
It's not his game. The problem with that team is just
what's their problem?
They're not built like Quinn Snyder's not a build around a superstar. Even though Donovan Mitchell's the face, but they don't. That's not the way they play.
A team game.
They're like the Brad Stevens and the Celtics. Like just
play really hard nosed defense. Yeah.
To me, and Mike Conley's been the guy.
I guess, yeah, for Memphis.
He won't shoot that bad forever, but there's still things that they're still trying to figure out how to work.
Yeah. The Jazz sacrificed depth for a quality point guard. Losing Crowder, Corver, Favors impacted them negatively, or the game is closer yesterday.
They didn't have either, though, Bogdanovich.
That's a lot of wings to just throw out at LeBron, which obviously he dominated the game. So
yeah,
that could be true. Yeah. Hey Clutch, does PG rank for amongst the current forwards? Man, English is hard. I think he's trying to say what does PG's rank amongst the
top
forwards?
Guys?
Yeah,
small forwards. Bron still healthy or all of them? KD, Bron,
everybody's
Kawhi.
Healthy. Everybody's healthy. Make it
Greek.
Easy for you.
Guess he's
Bron, Greek, or Bron, Kawhi, KD, Greek.
I'm just make sure before I say it all the way through. Yeah,
that's 5.
Yeah.
So and then you put PG.
Yeah.
At 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I told you my comparison is not to the league. It is to if you match that list with those small forwards, to me it's just a different conversation.
Yeah. Griffin. We're talking about threes.
Yeah, threes.
I still believe in Utah, Steve. Mike just gotta figure it out and to fit in. Absolutely.
I don't know, Quinn Snyder, man.
I mean, he made it work with Ricky Rubio, bro.
Different style. Ricky Rubio can't shoot. He just needs to be a playmaker.
He can't.
Mike Conley's a score pass. Ricky Rubio is if I'm open, I'll shoot. Mind you, he's playing pretty well over there in Phoenix.
Side note. Yeah, real side note.
But
shout out to family.
But it was a good test to a Western Conference quote-unquote playoff team.
Yeah.
To see where we were. Unfortunately for us, I thought, it was great for the NBA, but playing the Clippers first game was just like, it was a good test for us.
Yeah.
But it was kind of
to see where we are, to gauge us, yeah.
At least we know we ain't that far. Unlike other teams who they seem to keep embarrassing. And they're...
What team?
I don't know if y'all watched the Warr games. It was bad.
I mean, I heard all the press releases about it.
It was bad, bro.
Yeah, Coach Kerr is all like, "Yeah, this is gonna be like every night. Every night it's gonna be like this." Yeah.
But we'll find a good rhythm. I think these next 10 games, Lakers will find a good rhythm. The Rondo, Kuz will hopefully get back soon, but Caruso. He was needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
A point guard who knows what we're trying to do, who's needed.
Man.
Because he's quick enough to guard. That's the thing. Rondo is just not quick enough to guard. It's offense isn't necessarily like a concern. Defensively, everyone knows that's our biggest concern. And we're talking about those groups we will guard, like the Mike Count, like Rondo, for keep him at 17, like 25 is like, whoo. 25?
Yeah.
For real?
I agree.
Let that just be a few minutes when Bron on the bench, bro. Like, but I also don't like Bron and Rondo on the court together, so I'm biased with that.
You're not
I don't
wrong
like
with
them
that.
on
I
the
just
court
don't
together.
like Rondo playing defense. I don't like it.
Yeah, Caruso.
It's non-existent. It's not a
like
thing.
if y'all watch the game, that second half, Caruso, Bradley, and Green, literally could switch all three. They're strong enough to guards all the way around, and yeah. Mention KCP.
Family said Ricky has us playing defense. We smack y'all with Ayton with the smiley face.
Too bad you ain't got it for 25 games.
Yeah, man.
Which is an unnecessary thing.
Because he was on crack. No, I'm just playing.
But I thought the game was a good response. I think a lot of people on Twitter was like, we better win tonight or we're just going to fall out. And I was like, I wasn't concerned about winning. I was concerned about how we were going to play to win the game. Yeah. Was it we're going to resolve to Bron just do your thing, or were we going to play within a system that I believe that they bought into? And yesterday we got to see a lot of our offense. That's why Trey Daniels was cash. Danny Green was ready to shoot. You know what I mean? And we didn't even shoot the best 3-point. I think we shot like 35%, 30%. Which percentage of group, which
it wasn't no Danny Green night, but
no.
Excuse me.
But knowing you have guys who literally I think it's one play LeBron drove and swung, and he had his arms up already. Like, we ain't had that kind of shooting on our team. We ain't had that kind of shooting on our team. You know,
you're not wrong.
We ain't had that kind of shooting, man. So I'm telling you, I'm enjoying it one day at a time, man. So.
Delano's asking us, is there another point guard you'd like the Lakers to make a play for?
No. We got enough point guard minds in our...
You did say if Chris Paul was suddenly released.
But that would mean I'm swapping him for Rondo. Not add it. I'm saying, like, we'd have to release him.
What do you mean? Release Rondo?
Like, I don't want them both on our roster.
In a heartbeat. Make it happen.
He's so respected. I don't know, man.
Make it happen. Yeah. I do.
Delano's expensive, but he would be a guy I want.
Steven, don't tease me with the good time now, all right? Man. Come on, man.
That would be the only dude in my mind who I think would just be icing on the cake all the way around. But, I mean, in terms of realistic, Iggy is the fan favorite because he can initiate offense. He can guard the Kawhis when we need him for 7 to 8 minutes in that moment. I think he could put a lot of energy into that. I'm not sure why Memphis is taking forever to release him. Or they're just being funny. You know, teams can be that way sometimes.
Speaking of which, I do want to talk about that news that we got about Iggy. We'll get into that, but Chad was talking about us, and the game was ugly. While Rondo hate is real, Chris Paul and Bron would not work.
Who said that?
What?
Chris Paul and Bron won't work? Not work?
Kerbo R.I.P.
Why? I would like to know why. Like, literally, you kidding me?
I think that would work much better than y'all.
Two passers.
Y'all force feeding us Melo and LeBron.
Oh, right. Yeah. If you gonna force feed Melo, I'm force feeding Chris Paul.
Y'all thought Chris Paul and James Harden wouldn't work originally. If James Harden just wasn't if he didn't have that phenomenal streak, I think they still be teammates to this day.
Yeah.
So.
Mind you, that team ain't got no system other than James Harden do whatever you want and figure it out after that. So, yeah. I'm sorry. Like, you put him in a sequence with moving and coming off screens.
What's up, Chris Taylor? I didn't see
Ask JJ. Oh, man, of course.
Yeah. I agree. Now wave KCP.
We can't waive him without a purpose, man. Somebody else has got to be there. Yeah. He's probably a good practice player, which is why I keep seeing more than 20 minutes. So him and Rondo need to be on the same string of minutes. Because ever since I don't know if y'all seen that play, he waved. Oh, we talked about it. He waved him off and threw that air ball.
It was a Shaqton moment, that's for sure.
I hope Shaq I remember Shaq, dealing with his sister passing away. But I hope when he comes back, he put that on Shaq and the Fool, man, because that is just.
I agree.
That's awful, man.
I agree.
But that was the only playmakers: Chris Paul, Iggy. Realistically, Iggy.
How are you hyping up Chris Paul, but busting on talking bad about PG? I'm not saying that word, man.
I don't get hype. What do you mean? What's the correlation?
We were hyping up Chris Paul, but then we were downgrading, or you were downgrading Paul George.
I don't get the. All I said was a good point guard that would play with our team would be Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I ain't saying he come in here and be anything other than just come. Like, I think Chris Paul knows that his career, when you get traded to a team, like, you're just be a solid point guard. You're not a superstar. You won't be an all-star again. Just come be a point guard. That's what I'm looking for at this point.
Kirby asked, they're too ball dominant, and Chris Paul would try to overwork because of the LA media. No one thought James Harden and Chris Paul would work. Honestly, y'all thought about trading JaVale and Rondo to take it one. No, I didn't think like that.
Boy, say it again.
They were thinking about trading JaVale and Rondo to get a point guard.
No, you don't trade JaVale McGee to go get a point guard.
You never trade a big for a small man.
No,
never trade.
Sorry, I'm not doing that.
I know that's old school, but
no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I could.
What you gotta tell me? Like, who's the game changer point guard? The Chris Paul's not realistic unless he's just taking a pay cut and get released. Like,
literally,
that's not happening.
Like, if he gets bought out, that's the only way that the Lakers would obtain or even go.
I wouldn't
after
just
him.
Ball dominant. I mean, Bron likes.
We already got two.
Bron likes to get the ball down there and then get into something. If friends, man, I have a thing when people like Westbrook, like people display that thing. Like when you're friends, it's just different. When you're actual friends, though, not like we know each other. When you're actual friends. It's a different ball game when you're talking about playing on the floor, you're yelling, arguing, and getting on each other.
I think their concern is more so Chris Paul just has not looked good. His first game, he was all right.
Yeah.
Second game, I don't know what happened.
That's fair.
That man looked like he just I don't know what happened.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I get that, but at the same time,
another guy I would take, but he's not gonna they're not gonna let him go. Would be like a Fred VanVleet.
Why do you bring him like
a point guard? Just a point guard who can really just come play and go.
After?
No, I'm saying like if there was like an ideal type of player, since Chris Paul was too aggressive in
a practical world.
Yeah. Okay. Not like actually go get him. I'm just saying that kind of point guard. But I think they're expecting that from Caruso. He's young enough. He could play long enough to handle 30 minutes. He played pretty well last night. You know, I don't know why they didn't play him in the first game, but
it is what
he was ready to go.
Yeah.
And that shows that, you know, his potential, what can happen.
Not to mention Chris Paul's defense. Like, the downside, I personally just think there's more upside than there is downside.
Yeah.
If we had that addition of...
And I'll tell you, if Bron gives you the ball, he trusts you. So in that second group, when there's another ball handler, here you go. They ran a few pick and rolls and he wasn't even in the pick and roll. It was Caruso and AD. So clearly he's earned their trust in building that part, and he's getting better at it. Because literally you just need a guy throughout a whole game to bring the ball up and then get into our offense. Like, I did not like Bron bringing up the point. Bron, I do not like. When you asking him to bring up the ball, yeah, I'm pressuring you all the way up here because you're 35 years old, and I just want to I don't care how good you are, I'm just going to make life harder for you. Absolutely. Having to dribble all the way up here.
With that said, we are talking about people that we would like to be a Laker. There's been some breakish news that if Iggy were to be released by the Grizzlies, he would join the Lakers. Hopefully that happens sometime soon, because you know LeBron needs a break, man.
When do we play Memphis?
LeBron getting old, my man. Are you checking when we play Memphis?
Yeah, I want to see when we play Memphis. So when you see the whole, you know, LeBron do the cover the ears and mouth, I'm talking to you over here.
Yeah. We gonna get you, man. We gonna
go get you in a minute. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I would like to see Iggy be a Laker. I just think I always thought that we needed another wing defender for the Lakers. I get it. We have Danny Green.
We played him we play Charlotte, then we play Memphis.
When?
That's our fourth game, so I don't know the actual date.
Oh, okay.
So we played Friday. Are we back to our Tuesday?
Tuesday what?
because remember last year we played Monday, like Wednesday, Saturday kind of days.
Oh, you kept up with that. I don't.
Yeah,
I
I think we're back to our even days because we played Friday.
Let me see. I was just happy, hey, Laker game on, cool. All right.
I think everyone knows that he's been a pro. Him, Rob Pelinka, close friends.
Yeah.
So it's like
the big rumor was that he would go to the Clippers. So that was a big rumor for a long time.
I just don't see the Clipper tithe that will outweigh the relationships he's already got in LA.
That's true.
I mean, sorry, Lakers, since they both mean something now. So I don't know. When do we play them? So we played on. So we're back to our Tuesday, Friday, Sunday games this year. I don't know why I know that, but we last year we played Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. So now we're back to Tuesday, Fridays, and Sundays. Yeah.
Okay. All right. A lot more of the white jerseys.
We play Memphis Tuesday.
This Tuesday?
Yep.
Oh.
So expect to be reported highly. Jackie McMullen actually reported the that. So we'll expect to see the
what y'all want.
Yeah, we're expecting to see LeBron. How long? What you need me to do to get you out of here?
What you need me to do, bro? What you need?
Yeah, what you need for that? So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But doesn't LeBron normally bring up the ball? What is normally? Because on fast breaks, absolutely he's bringing up the ball. But I think in a half court set,
yeah, when we get into sets,
I rather have someone else bring up the ball because LeBron is too passive for me to be your primary all the time point guard. He is a point guard in the mind, but as far as what's the word I'm looking for? As a 24/7 point guard, that's not him because he has moments where he decides all I'm gonna do is score. And then he has a lot of moments where I'm just going to be really passive.
And he deferred. LeBron's better when he's going downhill and then able to create for others as opposed to come up, move to this spot, and then let's get into an action to get you a spot. Mm-hmm. I don't like that Bron. I like Bron who's already at the wing. Then he comes get the ball. Then we're into some sort of action. Now he getting the bucket. And then you force the defense because he just came from a different area as opposed to, all right, let's set our wall up. LeBron's coming down. All right, get through the screen because we know it's for him. Like, that's just easy to guard LeBron when he's just standing at the top of the key.
I still remember the days when LeBron was playing, like his first 7 years in Cleveland. All of his actions and scoring technically were on the wing. Always. And when he had the ball up top, he necessarily was looking for a pass.
Right.
Because he had both avenues.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Delano said, to be honest, if Terry Rozier was a better shooter, that might be a more intriguing point guard to play for the Lakers.
He wanted to get paid, bro.
I don't want Terry Rozier. Sorry.
Terry wanted to get paid as he should. So that's
I'm not a fan on that. I'm not a fan on that.
Yeah, he wanted to get paid. You like Terry Rozier like that?
Delano does.
I still like traditional point guard. Like everybody can have a Steph Curry. I like point guards.
Wait a minute.
I mean, in terms of the position of which, like, their scheme was different. He wasn't the initiator of offense. So,
wait a minute.
What?
You mean tell me you wouldn't take no Steph Curry?
That's not what I'm saying. I said I'm
gonna need you to elaborate because you.
I'm referring to Steph Curry needs another guard to like that offense works for him. Back in the day before he met Steve Kerr, he was the point guard. And then it became ball stagnant. He just sit there and shot shots all day, which is great. Yeah, that's what you want. But he's so much better on and off the ball.
And that's because of Klay Thompson.
But even if you watch them Monday against the Clippers, they tried to duplicate him being off the ball. But the only way he was really get his buckets is with the ball in his hands.
Right.
So that's still different for him, which took him back to before he got Steve Kerr, where he would initiate, come down, he worked so hard to get a shot up.
Yeah.
He's much better off the ball.
Okay.
So I'm not throwing away the Steve Kerr. I'm saying the traditional style for your offense of
guys. Don't worry.
That's not what I was referring to.
I'm checking him right now. Okay, y'all.
That's not what I was referring to in terms of throwing his name. I shouldn't have used his name, but I'm saying the style that works. Where you need guys like the Kyle Lowrys. I know he gets 50-50 depending on who you like. I like Kyle Lowry. Asking him to be your Steph Curry doesn't work, but asking him to be your point guard, to me, is where I think he's best suit. So I think that was the problem they had with DeMar. Like, hey, B, you see Steph Curry over there? No. Get in here. Get some dimes in here. Do what you need to do. Hit your open threes when you have it.
Delano said not necessarily like him, but I'm just considering what helps LeBron is a scoring point guard.
I don't know. Can he score? I guess he's a scorer. I guess.
That is a big I guess.
Yeah, that's a big I guess.
Steve want to say F Steph Curry and his.
Come on, I'm the biggest Steph Curry fan.
And his S hairline.
I'm a big Steph Curry fan, man. Come on, man. I get that certain things I say have to be explained.
His light
it has to be explained. No, I'm not this light skin, dark skin thing.
Yeah, you are.
A little bit sometimes.
You should see this man on 2K, y'all.
Bro, look.
He went up like a light skin.
Come on, we need to get to the rim strong.
Hey, man. It's Stepherless.
Hey, I guess, you know. But, like, I expect the Lakers to get really good rhythms against the Hornets, Memphis. I'd be pissed. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be pissed if we lose those games.
Yeah.
But I do think the mentality is a lot different. We have Jared Dudley guys like, dude, these dudes suck. Let's get better. Like, we don't have those kind of dudes before. We have them now. So I expect us to use those games to just fine-tune. Let's increase our defense, take this serious. That's what the game last night taught me. Absolutely. We care this much now. We are not a 5-10 points team bet. We are 20. Yeah. Let's get there. Let's find our rhythm. Let's execute. Absolutely. Frank did, whoever one you want to give the credit, but
J Kid, Ryan,
whatever,
somebody
like all of them. So they found a good rhythm, and they're gonna build up from that.
Delano said his hairline is definitely off center.
Who?
Steph Curry.
I never paid attention.
Or he might be talking about yours. I don't know. Delano,
hey, man, big respect for man. My barber's pretty dope, man. Shout out to Terry, man. He can hook it up.
But all right, y'all. We appreciate you stopping by. Next week, I got a segment for Steve. That way, because I know y'all love his little Steven Salts. We're gonna have to change the name. But yeah, I still like Jamal Crawford if we can get him over Iggy.
Iggy?
No, if we can't get Iggy, I'm sorry. If he likes Jay Crawford, if we can't get Iggy, BLT.
I have to think about that one.
I'm not opposed to it.
Oh, if we don't get Iggy, okay, I'll put it in my head.
At least that's a wing scorer.
Another dude we can't play defense though. That's tough.
It's not that we don't have enough defenders.
That's true.
Or capable defenders, that is.
I guess if you're saying that he'll plug in KCP minutes, sure. But we'll know more when Kuzma gets back into the lineup.
Yeah, I think that'll shore up our lineup.
Yeah, we'll know much more of what we really need outside of Iggy, who's the need regardless. But we'll know more at that spot. Absolutely. To see what happens.
Absolutely. But all right, y'all. We're going to let y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. We appreciate you stopping by. Everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitch, YouTube. Appreciate you stopping by. Listen to us knuckleheads talk about our Lakers, as always.
Tune in tomorrow. Coast to Coast. If you haven't watched it, you're like, what's Coast to Coast? Mm-hmm. It's my boys, CK and Warren. It's a good show.
Yes, we
support each other. So you support us too.
We do our best to impress y'all. Not really, no.
They talk all things sports. I know today we kind of got into it, but we're natural basketball fans.
Yeah.
But Coast to Coast is a big thing. Maybe one day we'll just all be here just rambling about basketball. Hey. But they have some good stuff on there.
Again, Coast to Coast will also be on my channel. It'll also be on Chris's channel. I believe he has that set up. If not, for sure. On CK2K's channel. Check it out. Tomorrow at 7. Be there. Be square. But all right, y'all.
Peace.
Talk to y'all next Saturday. I can't play that anymore. I got like 3 copyright strikes in a row.
It got popular. That song got popular.
The instrumental, the little horns.
Yeah, it got popular. For sure.
It is what it is. But all right, y'all. We'll see y'all next Saturday. And love, peace, and happiness.
That's cold-blooded. Copyrighted.
Copyrighted the hell out of it.